I found that neat little heart rock. Chester, I love you. Egg, I love you.
Shut up. Morning everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we are venturing out to Hengistbury Head, which is on the coast of Dorset. We've still got a little bit way to go until we reach the cliff, and we've got all these little friend obstacles around us, so I'm not sure how long it's going to take us. Well, maybe we actually make it to the cliff, because there's a lot of interesting history over there that we want to go through and look into more detail about. Also a rich amount of wildlife around here too.
So we're actually approaching the beach already. Might be able to see those cliffs quicker than we thought.
So we've got lots of ground nesting birds here as well. Guess that's why you don't see anyone with their dog off the lead. Just in case. We're at the beach, Chester. This is exciting.
Bah, 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 bah. Those are the only noises he's making at the moment, is bah, 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 bah. Whenever he gets excited. Wow, it's very misty today. Not too close to the edge, puppy.
Last time we came here, it was quite early in the morning and the sea was steaming. I'd never seen anything like it. It was really beautiful. The sun was just rising and there was this fat seal bobbing like a cork in the water, fast asleep. Another dog walker had pointed it out to us and we were just watching this blob floating around.
What are you doing?
Is that good? Yeah.
I think our puppy's defective. So here's a sign that tells you a bit of everything about it.
How come he's the only one with a nose?
It's a hat.
Right!
Definitely a hat.
Yeah.
It's actually not as busy as I thought it was going to be. Surprising, because usually it is the Easter holidays at the moment, so you think it would be absolutely jam-packed with kids and dogs and all sorts. It is only 9:30 in the morning, so maybe give it 2-3 more hours, this place will be absolutely packed.
Bit of a drop down. Gonna head in that direction and find an easier way to the ground that doesn't involve us breaking our ankles potentially. This is a much safer way to go.
Yeah.
Sister, come on buddy.
Come on puppy. Hey puppy, you've been a weirdo. Yeah, I got wet shoes. Chester's got wet tootsies. Oh dear. There is a reason why we're taking you down here on the beach, and it's got something to do with that massive cliff up there. Let's just say that Hengistbury Head has a bit of a history, and it's quite old. Very, very old.
You can really see how the moisture comes through the cliff here. It's like all seeping down. It goes to show how the different layers have an effect, or different effects. I wonder what happened in that era, like what that substance is, that it's not letting the water sink downwards like the layer on top.
And just a few more quick facts about Hengistbury Head, since we haven't touched on them yet. There's evidence of people being at Hengistbury Head for about 12,500 years, which is incredible. The first settlers would have come over from Europe when Britain was still connected up to Europe with that land bridge. There's been records of I think it's Neolithic, a lot of Bronze Age activity, but especially a lot of Iron Age activity. Even after the Romans arrived, this place was a bustling trade port. They didn't find any records of actual huts during the Bronze Age, while there is evidence of Iron Age settlements being around this area, which is incredible. They've done quite a few archaeological digs around here too, and I believe they dug up something incredible, like 25,000 artifacts, including like arrowheads and all sorts of things like that, which is incredible. And it seems like this would have been a major trading port for all these places in Europe, so they would have brought all this fancy stuff over to trade, and we'll go into it a bit later on, but it's incredible. There's just so much history around you. Just need to look for it.
Just having a closer look at the cliff here, because you can really see the layers, and this dark patch here, Shane has just told me, is a 65 million year old beach.
Yeah, it's like 45 to 65 million year old tropical. I think it's a lot of like tropical like plants that have just, you know,
compressed down into this.
Which is incredible. That's so old. So all this clump here,
that hasn't seen sunlight for 65 million years, almost around-ish.
Whoa, this breaks apart. That's incredible.
There you go. Shane has touched ground that ancient life had once touched. You just don't think about it, do you? When you come here, you just see a cliff, and we're used to seeing the layers in it. But do you ever stop and wonder who or what walked across that before? Another thing to keep in mind, because all this is evidence of landslides and such.
Hengistbury Head is eroding away. So this headland that you saw earlier used to be almost 3 times as big as it once is now, because during the 19th century they discovered that these massive rocks, I've forgotten what they've called, but I'll pop it up on the screen now. When you break them open, they've got iron ore inside them. And these rocks, unfortunately, kept the cliffside together. So when they mined them and took them off, the cliffside has started to erode, and we lost a giant part of Hengistbury Head. If I say Hengistbury Head, that's Hoy's fault, because Hoy says it lazily, and I didn't actually know it was called Hengistbury Head. So sorry if I say it wrong all the time, but they have gone through really great lengths to try and stop the erosion. Like that big slab of rocks over there. We'll see if we can get that far. We might not be able to. Look at all those sand mountains up there. I don't know if you can see them pop back into their little holes on the cliffside up there. There's a couple of holes up there, a couple of holes up there. Oh yeah, there you go. See how well it skims, and see how well I can film it skimming is more importantly. How to skim it without getting my feet wet.
Shane's going to skim a stone. Hopefully it's better than last time. Oh no! Not yet, after this wave. Waiting for the perfect moment. Keeping us in anticipation. Oh dear. How embarrassing. It's still quite a long way to walk, so we've stuck Chester in his backpack because he's getting quite hot and toasty. We're just gonna head straight down to the other side because there's a structure there and some work that's being done that we want to show you. So it's kind of interesting. It's to do with the history and the, what's the word, consequences of our actions as humans, what we do for money.
Amazing thing about this is that they brought rocks in from France and Italy to help stabilize and just basically fortify the entire area against erosion. And it's something, a ridiculous amount of tons, I believe. I'll pop it up on screen now, just how many tons of rock they actually did bring over and layer, not only there, but all under here. Incredible amount of work.
Absolutely perfect day to go kayaking or paddleboarding, whatever you're into. The sea is so peaceful.
Pooch has been released again, free to sploot over all these people's hard work. You can just see the extent of the work they've done to try and prevent the erosion, because it is pretty bad. It's really good that Chester's off the lead, but I have to admit, there's a little sense of anxiety inside me that he's just going to bolt or run off or do something, eat someone's ice cream. Come on, pup. Good boy.
There you go, good boy. We just finished walking the length of the beach. We're at the end of Hengistbury Head here. Well, Christchurch is behind us. And we've realised that the thing that we wanted to show you isn't here anymore. It, not really a construction, but it was just work that they were doing to preserve the area. Now, like Shane had mentioned to you guys before, Hengistbury Head used to be so much bigger, but because of the mining for the iron ore, it's just reduced miles down. And so that means that the habitat for a lot of wildlife around here, and there's like beach huts and such, which you can probably see behind me, is at risk of being destroyed within the next 100 years. But the work that they did, like this, what they had over there were these massive boulders, a bunch of diggers and cranes and things, and they were just making the groins and trying to protect and preserve the area. It's only going to last about 200 years. Don't know what they're going to do after that, but at least it's a step in the right direction, and it can preserve some of the beautiful coastline around here. And Hengistbury Head is such a prime place for a lot of nesting birds, reptiles, insects. Like there's hundreds here that prefer this area. But we're gonna go down this way now, have a look at the rest of the spit, show you a little view of Christchurch across the harbour, and then we're gonna head back that way through the woodlands and towards the car and maybe find somewhere for a bite to eat.
I'd love to be able to hear a natterjack at one point.
Yeah.
But if we can find what they sound like, we'll put it in for you now.
There's Christchurch. This is a really good area for paddleboarding and kayaking as well. I know quite a few people who spend the day here with their families. I think this is more of a nature reserve lake here. There's just a couple of swan and seagulls.
Yeah, that river over there is the end of the River Stour.
There you go. At Christchurch. I didn't realise that. That's surprising. Well, you would have thought they'd call it Stourmouth, but I guess that's a mouthful. Christchurch is easier on the tongue.
Yeah, and the other river that connects up to Christchurch is the River Avon.
Oh, two rivers. Yeah. There's a land train.
A land train.
Ah, I'm going to pass that on the way over. Right, we're going to head through the woods, head back to the car, and then see if we can find somewhere to have a brunch.
See, it's starting to get quite busy now. Lots of bikes, kids. I wonder what the beach is like now. You can just find these rocks that contain that iron just scattered everywhere here. One thing I'm not sure if I actually told you what the iron was used for. Wasn't used for tools or anything like that. It was used for ballast inside ships. All that for some ballast. So all these ships are probably long gone now. Such a shame. We're certainly getting a lot of practice with Chester having to settle. This is probably like the, I don't know how many dogs this is now. You're gonna settle?
No, you settle. Settle.
Good.
Boy. Good boy.
Nice and settled, good boy.
Good.
Lots and lots and lots of practice. He's still a bit hairy, but getting there.
I just realised the time, 11:30, so we're going to have to head back now as quickly as possible, hence why Shane's holding Chester, because otherwise we're not going to have time before Shane's dentist appointment today to have anything to eat. Having too much fun. Barn filled, skylarks. Cool, of course. So beautiful. And the sun is heating it up, something amazing. Oh, there we go. Explorers. They're really pushing it for families. Great for kids. I mean, so much information here and so much history. There's the entrance. Cool gates. Oh, that's cool. There you go. Live history. Hello, mate. This is our great grandfather. Looks like he's caught a donkey. They're having a good time. Shane just pointed out that you can see ancient activity here where they would have had these circular mounds going around the settlement. I have never even noticed that before. We're almost back to the car now. It's not too far. I think it's like a 5-minute drive to the other cafe. Hopefully we'll be able to get parking.
Chester, calm down, buddy. Calm down, pup. You left him for a century.
Gosh! Oh baby, I'm so sorry. Did I leave you forever and ever?
Luckily, we grabbed a car park very close to where we wanted to go for lunch. This is Cafe Riva, located on top of the cliffside overlooking Bournemouth Beach.
Since we were tight on time, we hastily picked a table and ordered our food. We went for our regulars. Baked potatoes.
Can I just take the spoon from you guys?
Yeah, sure. Where's it gone?
It's right there.
Oh, there.
Thank you, have a good day.
Smells good.
Looks good. That was extremely fast. Yeah, the microwave is very good here.
Yeah.
You're making a mess, Egg.
A bit too enthusiastic to drink my water.
It's the good stuff.
Yeah.
The potatoes hit the spot, though perhaps a little too expensive for what they were. Despite that, we had no complaints.
Thank you.
Thank you. Whoa. That was close.
Oh my goodness.
Here you go, puppy.
This is the end of our wander for today. We hope you've enjoyed joining us. We've had an absolute pleasure having you here with us.
Thank you.
We'll catch you next time. Bye.
Bye. Chester, say bye.
Say bye, Chester. Good boy. Chester rates Hengistbury Head 5 out of 5 paws. He especially loved saying hello to all the pooch friends throughout the morning, though being carried back wasn't very cool. He also wanted to bring an ironstone dogger home, but instead we settled for a small Chester-sized pebble.
The beast has been unleashed. And Chester has too.